Hello, my name is Max Kanakin, and this week I will be discussing the stratagem Deck the Tree with False Blossoms. This stratagem comes from the proximate or gaining ground group of stratagems. The stratagem has been very much in use in the contemporary business climate and was integral in the recent collapse of the stock market. Blossoms on the tree represent the impending arrival of fruit, so by decking a tree with fake blossoms, one creates the illusion that a bountiful and prosperous harvest will follow. The concept of this stratagem is to harness the power of deceit and disguise to make something worthless appear as though it has value. Deceit heavily influences this tactic, as whomever embraces this stratagem must trick their opponents into the belief that they will be receiving value, when in fact nothing could be further from the truth. Case of last year's stock market collapse, an entity called subprime mortgages were the fake blossoms attached to the tree of the stock market. These mortgages were the products offered by banks that allowed people with little to no credit to obtain large loans, allowing them to buy houses that were otherwise beyond their means. Mortgages are usually a safe bet for a long-term investment, as the returns on capital are based on the amount of interest collected on a loan payment. The risk in mortgage investment is that the applicant may default on payments, which results in a negative return on investment. When the interest rates of these subprime loans skyrocketed, the people living beyond their means could no longer afford to make the payments on their house loans and defaulted. When mass payment defaults began, the subprime loans quickly became toxic assets as banks were no longer making any money on their investments. Speculation of the value of these packages of mortgages had contributed to the strong economic growth in the global economy, and as a result, the value of the expected returns on these loans had been greatly overestimated. As a result, firms like AIG and Goldman Sachs made incredible sums of money. As payment defaults increased, banks saw a sharp decrease in the returns of their supposedly safe investments. It soon became evident to those on Wall Street that money lent out by banks in these mortgages was never going to see a return. By decking the tree with false blossoms, firms like Goldman Sachs were able to gain much ground on their opponents by forcing them out of business as global capital froze. Decking the tree with fake blossoms is an excellent stratagem to use in the business world to weaken or ruin your opponent by tricking them into believing they will receive returns when you in fact sold them junk.